journalist, which means I can't tell stories very well. Basically, I'm a geek. I started an internet service provider in Prague in 1993. I've been involved in internet development for over 20 plus years. I spent 10 years in San Francisco, 5 years during the first .com boom. I've worked for eBay. I'm currently consulting Ideas Britain. It's an independent project funded by Manchester City Council building an app for the youth of Britain. So I've got a very, very, very extensive experience in technology, but I do share one thing with journalists, which is a passion for adventure, which took me to Sarajevo in 1995 to open an internet cafe. Yeah, I know, it sounds weird, but I did do it. Sarajevo back then looked very much like that. It was in the days of satellite connections for broadcasters. It was the day of photojournalists sending their rolls of film back home, undeveloped, to be processed. So it was a very different world from today. One of the people I met back then, Henry Pierce, a journalist, at the time was working for the United Nations Press Office. And we struck up a friendship, and we've kind of been in touch ever since. And so over the past 20 years, I've been working in technology, and he's been working in journalism. He created a freelance journalist agency, which has been working for 10 years in London, and I think a lot of you may already know of, GRN Live. And he's done his thing, and I've done my thing. And while we've done our thing, the world has changed dramatically. Now, you've probably seen slides like this. 1995, online population, tiny, first .com boom, we're talking about 500 million people online. We're now looking at 3 billion online, most of them with smartphones. So you'll see a lot of this kind of like boosterist statistics online about how the world is changing. It's so exciting, it's amazing. But we also know the flip side of that. The flip side of that is back in the Sarajevo day, CNN ruled the waves, big broadcasters, they had offices all over the world, news desks covering global big wages, lots of staff. But of course there's been immense disruption in that. The newspaper circulations are falling, the number of full-time staff is falling, there's increased competition, there's a lot more freelancers, and freelancers often struggle dealing with the big media organizations. They often struggle trying to get paid, and then on the other side you've got these online channels who've got to fill 24 hours with a shrinking staff. And so there's a lot of disruption, there's a lot of negative disruption as well. And Henry and I met back in London about 6 months ago, and we sat down and we said, how can we put our 40 years of combined experience in this industry? I'm technology through and through, he's journalist through and through. Something is happening which can be good but can also be bad. There's BuzzFeeds of the world, there's online aggregators like Huffington Post. And how can we, and all these freelancers who are trying to get work but they're not getting paid, and then there's all these new news organizations who don't know where to find trusted journalists. There's a lot of content online that can't be trusted. So we got together and we decided that we'd create Paydesk. Paydesk is an attempt to create trust in the journalist business between the freelancer who is going from agency to agency, from job to job, trying to find work, trying to get paid, trying to make their life simpler. And it's also a place for news organizations who don't have the budgets that they used to have, who don't have the staff they used to have, who don't have people stationed all over the world like they used to have, and also for new news organizations who've never had journalists, who don't know where to find journalists. So what Paydesk does is, if you're a producer, you log in and you look in the city, there's breaking news, you need a journalist there now, you type in a location and you get a list of available freelancers who are there ready to work for you right now. Now they're trusted, they've been vetted. Henry's been working with journalists for 15 years, so he knows what a good journalist can do. So you know that you're going to get a trusted, unbiased report. And from the journalist perspective, they can have an app in their phone which will update their location, it will update whether they're available for work or not, and most importantly, they will get paid by us. We run escrow, so we're going to chase up the broadcaster, we're going to pay you, the journalist, within 24 hours of the job being complete. And basically, what we'd like to do is try and create a trusted community again, where we take away some of the stress of this downsizing economy, of these downsizing newsrooms, of the uncertainty in the world, create a platform where journalists are respected, producers can find journalists that they know they can trust, the journalists know he's going to get good, interesting jobs that are worth their time. And obviously security, although my name is Southern, not Snowden, I share a passion for privacy and encryption with that young gentleman living in Russia right now. So everything is encrypted, everything is safe, everything is secure, we're not going to disclose information to the wrong people at the wrong time. And of course, what we'd like to do is just make life a little bit easier. So, I think I did that in less than 5 minutes. So you're allowed to go and have your coffee, but basically Paydesk was in beta testing since before Christmas. 1,000 journalists all over the world have already signed up and uploaded their profiles. We have already got some big name clients, such as France 24, big broadcasters, Enex in Luxembourg, who have signed up to the system, and they are going to be rolling out in the next couple of days, actually looking for journalists using the system. Everything is in place. We're rolling out in the next few days. So please go to the site and have a look. If you're a journalist, please sign up. If you're a producer, please send us an email, tell us that you're interested in using the platform. We'll tell you everything that you need to know. And remember, this is about the love of journalism, using good technology, to support the love of journalism and to respect the freelance and make the life of the producers a little bit easier.